Let's get into some kick drum layering. So in this tutorial, we're gonna tackle some kick drum as well as some snare drum layering. This is my drum bus. I'm gonna isolate the drum bus, and I'm also going to mute the kick layer, which is red, and the snare layer. This is actually a clap, but I've labeled it a snare layer. And I'll toggle these guys on and off, and you can definitely hear the difference. Please consider using headphones in order to hear the difference. All right, let's get started. So now I'm going to enable the kick layer as well as the snare layer. Again, this is a clap. One more time. And with. All right, so pretty straightforward here. Let's take a look at the, I guess you can say, main kick here. That would be the orange colored track. This is what it sounds like. And now that I have the kick layer enabled, it sounds like this. All right, so I guess the question is, how do you know what type of kick drum to layer your sort of main kick with? And so what I've chosen here for my secondary kick here, the layer kick, we can see that compared to the first one, there's not too much going on in terms of high frequency. Let me play this kick layer here. And we can see at the top end, there's not much going on. All of this stuff here. So I wanted to have a beefier kick for this kick layer, while the main kick has a lot more top end to it. All right, another thing I've gone ahead and done is that I've set this kick layer to mono. You can see that we did have a little bit of stereo information. Not too much, but just to be on the safe side, I've completely collapsed the stereo field, and so I've made it mono. So it's adding a lot more power to this kick. Let's move on to this snare layer. It's actually a clap layer. This is off. So again, the original snare drum covers a lot of the higher frequencies. You can hear that. And so I've layered it with a clap that's coming in, I guess, a little lower in terms of pitch. It's a lot darker compared to this snare drum. Now, the original snare is panned dead center, while this clap layer is sort of spread throughout the stereo field. So what we've done is that we've introduced a filter delay, and I have it panned slightly to the left at 28L and slightly to the right at 21R. And there's a delay between both of these signals. So the left is coming in at 1 millisecond and the right channel is coming in at 22 milliseconds. Anything beyond 24, 25, you really start to hear the difference. So let me exaggerate this so you can hear what I mean. Once you start using values like this, it's quite noticeable. So as a general rule, I like to stay within the, 20 to 24 millisecond range. It makes it sound as if it's just one signal, but it's somehow spread out. Now, the interesting thing with adding layers is that you don't necessarily have to have layers playing throughout the entire track. You can slowly introduce them at key moments during your track. So let's say this is towards the middle of the track and you have a lot more instrumentation. If you want your drums to really kick and have a little more power, you can certainly start introducing layers midway through. All right, I'll see you in the next one. Bye for now.